Goal is to decrease demand just to the point where there is available parking even at the busiest time.
The Provo City Council will decide on a parking plan for the city.
Residents in Utah can help us out and help other people in need.
Hospitals ask people to donate what medical equipment they can to overcome shortages caused by the supply chain disruption.
Could be as early as November 4th and 5th that you can go into some locations and get your child vaccinated.
Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for kids could get FDA approval today. Welcome to Universe Live. It's Tuesday, October 26th. I'm Allie Arulian.
And I'm Harley Hunsaker. In less than 2 weeks, millions of kids in the U.S. could be eligible to roll up their sleeves for a COVID-19 vaccine.
Britt Conway has the latest on the push to get shots in the arms of kids 5 to 11.
How are we going to end the pandemic? The best way to do so is to have the maximum number of individuals immune, and that's what vaccines offer you. And if that includes kids, that's all the more reason to send this virus packing.
Pfizer is already packing, ready and waiting to ship out its COVID-19 vaccine for kids 5 to 11. It's 2 doses, 3 weeks apart, each a third of a normal dose. And Pfizer says it's about 90% effective against symptomatic infection. The FDA's vaccine advisors are scheduled to meet to make their recommendation to the FDA, which has already said the benefits outweigh the risks. So if and when the FDA formally makes the emergency use authorization, Pfizer is ready to get shipping.
So it will be available for use once there's a hopefully positive vote from CDC. So it could be as early as November 4th and 5th that you can go into some locations and get your child vaccinated.
The nation's 28 million kids in that age group could get their first COVID-19 vaccine in just about a week and a half, but ultimately, it's up to parents.
Parents ought to look at that discussion, see what the experts are saying. I don't want to get ahead of FDA and CDC's advisory process. Let's see what they say. But the data preliminarily looks pretty good.
And you're all done.
I think it could make a huge difference. It would be pivotal.
Pivotal to ending this pandemic. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Have professors become less lenient in handling student absences due to COVID-related issues? Joseph Andreessen is in Provo asking just that question.
Our professor didn't have recordings of lectures or anything, so it was literally just one of the TAs sending me notes, every class period.
Lindsay is a student at BYU who has never, to her knowledge, contracted the COVID-19 virus. But that's not to say she hasn't been impacted by its presence.
There were 6 people in the apartment, and 4 of them had COVID. Every consecutive week after that, one roommate tested positive. So we just missed that whole block of class.
One of Lindsay's roommates contracted the virus, then another, and then another.
I missed 6 weeks of class, I think. Obviously, it was really difficult because I couldn't participate in any way. I could just do my homework and hope for the best.
The situation got so bad, it prevented her from being able to participate in her first semester of Arabic.
Arabic, I ended up having to withdraw from.
Lindsay says that she has noted a marked decrease in the willingness of professors to accommodate absences due to COVID-related issues.
It's more difficult now to miss class for COVID reasons.
Now, however, helpful resources are less readily available and professors seem to be slower to help students like Lindsay. Her advice to professors?
If you can't, for some reason, have a Zoom link during it, at least have it recorded.
But until such accommodations are more frequently made, students will have to continue maneuvering through college in the face of a cutback on compassion for COVID. Reporting with Universe Live in Provo, I'm Joseph Andreessen.
Lions at the Hogle Zoo test positive for COVID-19. After sneezing and coughing, 4 out of the 5 lions were tested by nasal swab. The 5th lion refused to take the test. Zoo officials sent the test to the National Veterinary Services Laboratory, and they came back positive for the COVID-19 Delta variant. The infected African lions will stay on exhibit because there is no known risk to the public. Hogle Zoo workers will continue to monitor their symptoms, but lions are currently doing well and only showing mild signs of the virus.
Provo police warn of porch pirates as the holidays approach. Package thefts rise every year around the holidays as gifts arrive on front porches. This year, Provo police have a few suggestions to help protect your deliveries. You can have your packages sent to your work or to a friend you know will be home. Have items shipped to store for pickup, request a signature confirmation upon delivery, or ask your carrier to stash packages out of sight from the street.
Tonight, the Provo City Council will discuss a proposal to create a permit-based parking system in Provo. Abby Gunderson is live in Provo. Abby, what does the proposal really mean for Provo and its precious parking spots?
We've all been there. It's 10 o'clock at night. We've all been there. It's 10 o'clock at night and you've been driving around for 20 minutes trying to find a parking spot. The Provo City Council aims to fix this very problem with a new parking management plan. In neighborhoods south of BYU campus, students are concerned about the results of the City Council meeting. Without sufficient parking space, many rely on free on-street parking when their building lots are full.
My first apartment complex I lived in actually had parking, but it wasn't guaranteed, so they would oversell. And if you got home past 9 o'clock, you'd have to find somewhere on the street.
Josh Nickel is a BYU student living in Joaquin, one of Provo's most densely populated neighborhoods. Josh's experience is not unique among people in Provo.
The consensus is that there's a problem and the problem needs to be dealt with.
The proposal before the council tonight would create a framework to implement pay-to-park regulations in certain areas. The goal is to decrease demand in crowded areas by having drivers pay by the hour with the option to purchase a longer-term permit.
Those benefits break down when there's so much demand for on-street parking that there's nothing available. And so we really want on-street parking to work for the people who live there.
The solution is highly contended as students, landlords, and Provo natives bristle at the idea of losing free on-street parking. Councilman David Harding feels that the general misunderstanding about the parking plan is keeping citizens from understanding the benefits.
If they're wandering around for half an hour just to find a parking spot, that's not convenient. That's not good quality of life.
Provo has taken ideas from several cities across the country with successful on-street parking management plans. The overall goal is to make parking more readily available for all and improve quality of living citywide. The City Council meet tonight at 5:30. People are encouraged to come and share their thoughts. Reporting live in Provo, I'm Abby Gunderson.
Thanks, Abby.
Intermountain Healthcare is running low on some medical devices because of supply chain shortages, and they're asking for your help.
We are indeed in desperate need of your crutches, walkers, wheelchairs, and canes in order to provide our patients with the care that they need.
The company's campaign, Lean on Utah, asks for donations of gently used aluminum equipment, which will be given free of charge to patients who need it. You can drop your items off at an Intermountain location near you between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. the next 3 Saturdays. If you don't have equipment to donate but would still like to help, volunteers are needed to sort and sanitize equipment. You can just sign up on justserve.org.
Preservationists at Landmarks, Illinois recognizes the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints' hard work to restore the historical space in Nauvoo, Illinois. The team that is restoring historic Nauvoo received the Richard H. Dryast Foundation Preservation Award for its renovation work in historic Nauvoo's Temple District on Friday. The completion of the Temple District is the first phase of the church's 25-year plan to improve historic Nauvoo's core messages, historical landscapes, authenticity, and guest experience. This phase includes 3 restored homes, 1 rebuilt home, and a new exhibit, and more.
Less than 1% of students at BYU do not belong to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I thought it was going to be really weird because before I used to think that we had really different beliefs.
How non-member BYU students find their place on campus.
BYU women's soccer and volleyball continue to dominate in WCC play, sweeping their opponents and the weekly awards.
Time and time again, when I'm doing street magic, I'll walk up to someone and I can just see that they're against me, right? They don't want to be amazed. They don't want this experience to happen. But then the magic happens and all that falls away. It's the experience of waking up and seeing things the way you saw them before they became ordinary. I'm looking for that experience of wonder.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
BYU has over 30,000 students, with the majority of students belonging to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
But according to the Assistant Dean to Student Life, 1% of the student body are not members of the church. Universe Live reporter Kelsey Neild spoke with some students to find out what it's like to be a non-member at BYU. Kelsey?
For many students here at BYU, adjusting to college is a challenging experience. But what is that experience like when you're not a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints?
It's no secret that BYU attracts members of the Church of Jesus Christ, but it is also home to students of other beliefs and religions such as Roman Catholic, Islam, Greek Orthodox, and agnostic. For these students, their experience includes adjusting to a different religious setting.
And I was like, wait, what's going on? Like, what did I get myself into? But then after coming here and actually seeing the people here are really nice, so it's more difficult.
The students mentioned that many of the people here at BYU are kind and inviting. However, students of other faiths often are faced with the push to be converted to the Church of Jesus Christ from members.
And some people are not educated at all about other religions, and they were just trying to convert me.
Just because I'm here doesn't mean I'm interested in joining the church.
Another challenge some non-members face is the inability to share in common emotions and experiences as members, such as celebrating a mission call.
There are many events where I just don't share the same emotion as everyone else.
Non-members at BYU have a different challenge of being a religious minority when coming to this school. Most of them want for their peers to be open and understanding to their beliefs.
My advice is just be open, try to learn their religion.
I believe in Jesus as you believe in Jesus, and it's the same thing.
As members of this campus community, we can all work a bit harder to understand and listen to views different from our own.
While the number of students on campus who are not members is a very small portion, their perspective still matters. Reporting for Universe Live, I'm Kelsey Neild.
BYU women's soccer beat LMU 2-0 on Saturday. Bella Felino scored the third quickest goal in program history when she hit the back of the net in the 54th second of the game. The Cougars are now the only undefeated team in WCC play at 6-0 after Santa Clara lost to Portland over the weekend. The ladies hit the road this Saturday to take on their WCC rivals and last year's national champions, Santa Clara. After sweeping San Diego over the weekend, BYU women's volleyball is ranked 7th in the latest AVCA poll. The Cougars also swept the WCC Weekly Honors. Maddie Allen was named the WCC Defensive Player of the Week after averaging 4.7 digs per set with 6 assists and 3 service aces against the Toreros. Kenzie Kerber was named the WCC Offensive Player of the Week after she had 17 kills and a .593 hitting percentage in Friday's game. The team looks to extend their 12-game win streak this Thursday as they host San Francisco. The BYU cross-country teams head to California for the WCC Championships this week. Connor Mance leads the 7th-ranked men's team into Concord, having won the conference's individual title the last 2 years. The Cougars aim for a program record 7th straight WCC championship on Friday. Whitney Orton highlights the number 3 women's team looking to win their 4th consecutive conference title. BYU football became bowl eligible last weekend after beating Washington State and re-entering this week's AP poll at 25. The Cougars face Virginia on Saturday as former head coach Bronco Mendenhall returns to Provo.
I have tons of respect for Bronco Mendenhall and what he's done here at BYU, but the type of man that he is, the leader that he is, he produces great people in his football programs.
BYU will be rocking the Virgil uniform combination consisting of royal lid, nickel face mask, and royal jerseys and white pants. What do you think of those vintage uniforms, ladies?
I like them. I like how BYU's been changing it up a little bit.
Me too. It's fun. It gives the fans something to look forward to.
Definitely.
Well, thank you for joining us today for Universe Live. For more information on our stories or to share them with your friends, check out our website at universe.byu.edu.
Have a great day.